Gather around, gentlemen. We are about to hop in a time machine and go back to 2008, the election of one Barack Hussein Obama to the American presidency. And with it currently being 2024, the hindsight machine is on full blast with this one. All right? Now, due to the fact that I'm going to be doing commentary over this, the video should be fine. But YouTube, they don't like me, bro. So I'll have to cut in very often to work around try to do my best to work around the content ID. I'm not sure how I'll be editing this video to circumvent said content ID, but either ways, I think it's important now, really more than ever, to actually go back and look at where we were in 2008 and where we are right now in 2024, while providing my own specialized, colorful commentary over it. So without further ado, let's get into It's a Black President, Huey Freeman from the Boondocks.
Towards the end of the 2008 campaign, the Republican Party, terrified at their own sinking poll numbers, attempted to link Barack Obama to radical leftist figures to make him appear un-American. First was the controversial Reverend Jeremiah Wright.
I say motherfucker America, motherfucker America, motherfucker America,
America can eat your dick, America can lick the balls. Okay, so the hilarious part about this is that they weren't wrong. One of the most amazing things that has come to my recognition since they did that, the Republicans, by doing all that to Barack Obama, was that, you know, they were actually pretty right.
Republicans tried linking Obama with 10-year-old domestic terrorist Huey Freeman after discovering the two were MySpace friends.
Did they leave each other glitter comments? The public has a right to know.
Okay, this is a little boy who thinks that Jesus is black, Ronald Reagan is the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Kids like this need to be on America's shit list, not our friend list.
Obama did his best to downplay the relationship.
Look, I have many friends on MySpace. I pretty much add anybody.
Remember MySpace? Jesus Christ.
He doesn't stand for what I stand for. And I denounce, I repudiate, and condemn him. Basically, fuck him.
Yeah, but that's what Huey represented.
Track down the notoriously reclusive Huey Freeman here, where he lives with his grandfather and younger brother.
Now, this episode was clearly done documentary style, but the framing of the show was the multifaceted worldviews of quote-unquote African Americans, blacks, the descendants of slavery for the most part. Grandfather represented the old way, while Huey and Riley represented two other sides of the coin. But there were several perspectives and angles that are missing from this show and missing from this commentary.
First thing I notice about Huey is his incredibly large hair. The second thing I notice is his permanent scowl. How does it feel to be labeled a domestic terrorist?
I'm retired.
So then, now that it looks like Obama is going to win, as a black African-American Negro, are you merely excited? Or are you extremely excited that everything is going to change forever? I felt my sphincter clench and my scrotum contract in shock at his response.
I swear that boy just like to be miserable. He can't enjoy nothing. All he want to talk about is the Build-A-Bear group, Federal Reserve, and all that bullshit. I don't know where he get that from. He didn't get it from me. I believe in hope and change.
And it's the elders who really, over the course of their lives, particularly those, this isn't to speak to granddad here, but it's the elders of the quote-unquote black descendant Americans who have really been programmed and pushed into a media type framework, right? Where the hesitation from Huey to express any type of excitement is due to the fact that, yeah, it's a black man that's going to be running the government, but at least from my interpretation, it's still the government. The same people who have done the favors always come at a cost, right? Everything, it's a matter of, one hand washing the other, and both washing all of us of the collective, from of really a lot of, let's say, a good front face, to say the least, right? Because there are plenty of black Americans, even especially at that time in 2008. I mean, by that point, all of the huge barriers all the huge hurdles had been jumped over, And so his election was supposed to signify the true equality that the nation was supposed to represent. And for about 15 seconds, it did.
Nobody knows exactly how old Robert Freeman is. Not even Robert Freeman himself. But his age is estimated somewhere between 80 and 120 years old.
This is what me and my generation, but mostly me, struggled for, sacrificed for. You can say personally, individually, paved the way for. The dogs were after us, so I took off my belt and started whipping on the dogs. Then I started running. Then I looked behind me. Jesse Jackson was supposed to be there, but he had jumped into a dumpster hiding. That punk ass.
I find it difficult to determine whether Robert is a pathological liar or suffering the early stages of dementia.
Seriously.
So, if the election is fake, then what's really going on?
The end of America.
Did he just not spit facts right there? If you take 2008 America and 2024 America, this is not the same place by any stretch of the imagination. And it's and a lot of it, I don't want to say mainly, but a lot of it has to do with the policies that Barack Obama and his administration, which is the current Biden administration, which will eventually be, if the fortified states don't pull through this time, the Kamala Harris administration. We have been under this rule and this way of being, which is ultimately the feminine way of being, since this man's election, and it has served us no favors.
Felt despair so terrible, I briefly considered slitting my own wrists or bludgeoning myself about the head with a steel pipe or baseball bat. But I brought no blade, no pipe, no bat. Describe Riley Freeman in one word.
I say, real nigga.
Real nigga is
I know it's 2 words, nigga. Real niggas don't follow instructions.
This is Robert.
Oh, true words have never been said, have they? True words have never been said. Real niggas do not follow instructions.
If my nigga Obama gets up in there, I'm gonna act up, fool.
I mean, how would you even characterize this type of character in 2024, right? I mean, we've already seen the young kids with the guns and the ratchets from the single mothers, what have you. I mean, speaking of,
This is Otis Jenkins. In the United States, he's better known by his rap moniker, Thugnificent, a combination of the words thug and magnificent. Otis has found success like many Negro American entertainers today by being a professional buffoon.
yeah, and all of them went and decided to take that stabby stab.
President of what? You don't know there's a black man running for president named Barack Obama?
His name is Barack. For real?
Barack Obama, yes.
Get the fuck out of here, Barack.
Yes, Barack.
Where's he from? Africa?
His dad was African, yes.
You can't be serious, man. There ain't no nigga running for president named Barack Obama.
No bullshit. This was my response too. When I first heard of him, I'm like, this was a lot of our responses. Let's be real. Like, a lot of us thought it was complete nonsense.
No fucking way, man. No fucking way. I don't believe you. Stop fucking with me.
If he wins,
Want to hear something funny? Yeah, this is when I was with my white girl in 2000. So we had a great laugh at this.
Changed our lives in so many ways.
How?
Well, I mean, it's no secret that me and Tom have had some problems in the past with our relationship.
Well, it's not like the whole world knew.
But I think ever since we started working together for Barack,
Man,
Things are totally different now.
I can't even look at these two without thinking about the Sarah episode, the Usher episode. It is just too funny. That was one of the best episodes ever. Man, speaking of Usher, just recently he deleted his X account because of the whole thing that's going down with Diddy. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, that Diddy stuff, it is nothing but bread and circus. It really is nothing but the entertainment industry doing what it does, entertaining. So nah, I'm not gonna be doing any what's the name?
He is the socialist Muslim antichrist.
This is Uncle Ruckus. He's an Uncle Tom. Perhaps the biggest Uncle Tom to have ever lived.
If this nigga gets elected, America is over. Over. You want this nigga to shit in the same place William Taft sat and his big...
Ruckus was so on the money about so much shit. Ruckus was so right about so many things.
Why? She don't need to be in the White House. She should be in the WNBA shooting fouls.
Oh man.
Margaret, you gonna have to pry from my cold dead hand, Mr. Obama.
Yo. The further along we go, the just Ruckus be on point.
Can too much hope possibly be a bad thing?
Hope is irrational.
In Bavaria, we have a saying.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, yeah, because you can hope for everything you want, but look at what we ended up getting.
I've ever met in my life.
Look at how much worse off we are.
Sit down once again with Magnificent, who appears to have undergone a political awakening since our last conversation. So, you know who Obama is now?
Oh, no, I knew who the nigga was. I was just joking.
You were not joking. You jumped on the Obama celebrity bandwagon because it will give you much needed exposure.
Yeah.
See, it ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I started looking into his political...
But here's the thing, guys. It's the exact same, like the industry itself, and I don't think Magruder, it's a comedy show. They're not going to go deep into these parts of it, but he would have had a publicist. He would have had management in his ear telling him, yeah, you need to do this, and he would have went along with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part. Now, like I said, his reaction initially was what, you know, the normal black person's reaction was like, initially upon hearing about Barack Obama, was like, what the fuck? But as far as the entertainment industry and those in that space, like, yeah, they have managers, producers, entourages all around them, telling them exactly what's up, what's next, and everything else like that. And that's how they get you to, well, not how they get you, but that's how they use their status in order to, you know, saying sway and influence you to vote for certain candidates or get certain medical procedures that you may or definitely do not need.
Positions in his policies and views and whatnot.
What policies?
Well, you know, I heard the nigga speak, right? And he was talking about changing some shit or hoping for some shit. And I thought, yeah, I mean, you know, all niggas asking for is hope. You can sit on your ass all day and hope. If you're too lazy to hope, you was a lazy motherfucker. That's all I know. I'm voting for Obama because he's gonna lower my taxes.
Actually, he has promised to raise taxes at your income level.
Huh?
And he's just really, really fit to lead. And also body fit, too.
Well, I also support Obama.
Okay, so here's the thing. You can slap this whole, the name Kamala on all of this shit, and instead of her sitting there saying, oh, he's fit, well, what Sarah would be saying in 2024, well, it's time we had a woman in office. I mean, why? I don't fucking know, but it's time we had a woman in office. And you hear him talking about, like, you know, well, I'll mess with his policies. He's going to lower my tax. Like, nah, bro, that ain't even what's about to happen. Like, this is, to this very moment, the average American voter. I'm glad he got all colors in this one.
Because he's against corporate bailouts.
That is also not true.
I'm supporting Obama because he's black.
And that has been the problem ever since. Oh, trust me, we got a beautiful BLM parallel on its way.
And he's gonna get the troops out of Afghanistan, right?
Also wrong.
Then what the fuck that nigga gonna do?
I mean, we all need to, you know, do some shit sometime. You know what I'm saying? Some shit needs to get done. And until we do that shit, shit ain't gonna change. So I thought to myself, let's do this shit. And that's when Will.i.am called me about doing this damn song.
Magnificent joins Will.i.am's all-star celebrity tribute to Barack Obama.
Got up this morning, things weren't working right. I said I wanna make a change. I said I wanna fight. Obama.
Yeah, we're going to definitely just stop this because once again, didn't Juvenile have that that shot song? Didn't Cisco sing the didn't Cisco have a shot song? Probably not. But there was a lot of celebrities, and you can kind of just like flip this out for the whole pandemic and everything that took place during 2020. And it's the exact same. Like that rule book, that game plan has not changed to this very moment. Oprah and Kamala were sitting there with Chris Rock and all these other Democratic DNC paid for celebrities in the crowd to put, in wrestling terms, put over Kamala Harris, and that shit just ain't working. It's just not working. The more time, as the days go on, more people who under different circumstances, if like just straight up would just be like, if she was just semi-competent, would be rah-rah and rallying. Everybody's finding it pretty hard to rock with that chick. Obama. That was Gangstalicious too. I ain't gonna stunt. This is the illest white dude ever. He really busting it down, yeah. Speaking of the alphabeticals, I mean, Magruder called it when it came to their eventual overthrow of all entertainment in media, because now just everything has to be super uber gay. Well, not now, because now companies are realizing, wait a second, this shit don't sell. So they're like Disney recently came out and said how they were like, yo, get rid of all that gay stuff for Inside Out too. Like, let's start calming it down with all the gay stuff, because it's not gonna sell, bro. Like, on some real shit, niches are niches for a reason. And the internet, I love you guys, seriously, but you can fuck somebody's head up, making them think things are bigger than they actually are, bro. You can walk down any damn street with a picture of PewDiePie, and they ain't gonna know what the fuck you talking about.
Finally election night. Robert Freeman is throwing a party.
Well, it's been a long black struggle, and I felt me and Brock deserved a party.
All around the room, I see black faces beaming with elation. It is as though each of them has been elected president.
Here's the thing, though. For the most part, it was pretty easy. It was kind of a layup because McCain wasn't a strong candidate, which is one of the reasons why I believe, it was just simply a matter of those who are truly in power knowing that they were going to be able to push, they would be able to sell Barack Obama to the American people, namely because so many of us were just hyped over over him being black, as opposed, and there was also that long-running white guilt veneer that we've splashed over everything. So, it's just like uncouth to be super uber racist, and thusly, like, everything was in place. And I feel like McCain and Romney were like basically rolled on out there to lose, to take those L's, because at the end of the day, Barack Obama was a genuinely charismatic and you know, an interesting entity, namely due to the fact that we didn't know him. You know, he didn't have a record. Like he was quite a bit of a mystery, wrapped in an enigma, and we all got drunk on making history and black leaders and all this other fun stuff. And you know, I mean, we've truly reached equality. Yeah, how's those BLM riots doing for you?
Almost each of them.
What's wrong with you? I thought you'd be dancing on your tail with the rest of the Lakers champs. Look, just as happy as a pig in shit. Can't they see? Can't they see what this nigga's gonna do to our great country? Looks like we the only two people with sense in this whole room. Just you and me.
You know what's crazy though is that, yeah, I mean, you're both like, it's so incredible how two different, because like, well, believe it or not, like Huey Freeman represents more of a socialist, communist type mindset mentality, where Ruckus he represents the right, conservative, you know, type mindset and mentality, but they are both seeing the exact same thing, and that is the dismantling the bigger picture. Ultimately, that, you know, all this is ultimately a smokescreen, because as soon as Barack gets in there, he's going to be a puppet for some really bad people. And he's been a puppet for some really bad people. And Biden is is a puppet for those same people. And Harris is a puppet for those same people, guys. So this is really an incredible moment in the show. Ruckus there getting his money though. Make fun of Ruckus all you want, but he was getting them dollars, bro. Like, he had 1 million jobs. He was out there for that bread. Like, Ruckus don't show up unless he getting a check. That's kind of smart.
Yo. I heard the presidential limo is gonna be like a crazy pimped out Cadillac now, with rims and like machine guns.
Oh, Riley. See that space and mentality from the younger generation to the older generations?
I have struggled so hard to provide tonight. And because of my pain and suffering, the black struggle is officially over. No longer can they keep us down. No longer can we be silent.
This is it. Shut up. Shut up.
It's so ironic the white woman told him to shut up.
Okay, and so yes, folks, we are calling it. Barack Hussein Obama will be the next president of the United States.
God, hey, you guys remember the episode of South Park? The night after, when it was like supposedly an entire a scam between Barack and McCain, and I think that they were right too. You know, it was one big scam on us, and that's the thing. This is how liberty dies, with celebration, because everybody swears they've just done the right thing. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. It truly is.
It is days before inauguration, and Obama mania is at a fever pitch. I return to Woodcrest to check on the Freemans.
I don't necessarily think of myself as a hero. And when people always ask me if I want a medal or a monument or a statue in my honor, I say no. All I want to do is be there in person on that glorious day when the first black president takes the oath. I just want to stand in the crowd.
So here we are in the aftermath of the election, and I just decided like 2 seconds ago to split this up into a two-parter. So let's keep going.
$10 for this t-shirt.
Did you get that from the campaign website?
No, I got it from the guy at the car wash. But it's still free advertising when I went outside. A lot of people see me in this shirt.
Before we change the world,
I mean, seriously, Barack Obama was a merchandising magnet at the time. I don't think he's held in as high a regard as technically he should be. Like, well, no, like when I say should be, as in, had he been a decent president, a good president, we'd hold him in higher regard than we do. But like, no, it was an asshole. He ended up killing so many people, Americans overseas, bombing hospitals. No, Barack Obama, man.
Hey, man, I got that Obama water. Change the way you hydrate, brother.
So, guys, you want a little preamble for Black Lives Matter?
I'm cool.
Here we are.
You believe it? In a few days, we're going to have a black president. Aren't you excited, little man? What's "and" supposed to mean?
Just means,
Yo, what the deal, man? What's going on here? Up, man? Yo, ask this kid if he was excited about Obama, and he said, He said, Yeah, what's wrong with you? You're not excited?
Guys, I promise you, if you even say something like women can't lead, you'll end up with this exact same simp army jumping around you, screaming like, oh, what do you mean women can't lead? And then it's just a simple matter of breaking them, because they're easy to break, but my goodness, they get real emotional real quick. You got to check them on their emotions. You got to let them know, brother, why are you in your feelings? Why are you in your feelings bags like this? Like, relax, you know? And if you ain't willing to relax, then it's time to step away from them, because, bro, like, why are you 45 years old, man? Like, why are you in your feelings this much about motherfuckers who do not know or care about you? And eventually, you can either talk them down or talk them through it, or just step on off.
Not excited? Who ain't excited?
Oh, here comes a woman.
Why ain't he excited? So you don't like Obama? You want McCain to win?
I never said that.
Why ain't you like Barack Obama? He got a lovely family. Not according to this little nigga. He was fine with a black president. Boy, what the
I love that voice. That woman's voice is hilarious. She's been in several episodes.
This little big-haired nigga hates Obama.
And I say, good for him. Leave this little boy alone. He's telling the truth. Barack Obama is an evil man.
Hey, everybody.
I mean,
You say, yes, we can. We say, no, you can't, nigga.
the instigator just coming in all hot because he's just as hot as they is. They was at least trying to be calm. Nah, bruh. Came in pushing that deep heat.
American press struggles to comprehend the incident. To them, Huey is like a calf that refuses its mother's udder, choosing instead to drink the bitter waters of its...
I'm telling you, there's a reason this show couldn't come back.
Too much. Skeptics are treated like blasphemers. Difference becomes equal to hate.
They had a cartoon just cartooning.
Freeman calls a press conference to do damage control.
Huey Freeman is not really my grandson. I refute, renounce, and rebuke him. I hope this incident in no way affects my request for VIP inaugural tickets.
Way to just sell him right. Way to throw him right on under the bus, granddad. But you see the point that I'm making here? Or did you see the resemblances to BLM where, you know, it's nothing but just animosity and vitriol towards someone who's just thinking a little bit differently? And Huey, all he said was, you know? But it's the exact same energy that we got during the whole George Floyd thing, right? Where you couldn't sit there and recognize, oh, wait a second, particularly during the trial. Because you can still bring up George Floyd and people get real butthurt about it, but anybody getting butthurt about it was somebody who didn't pay attention to that trial. Because if you watch the trial, you know he asked to be on the ground. Like, they didn't throw him to the ground; he asked to be on the ground. His knee wasn't actually on his neck; his knee was hovering over his neck. There's so many different angles, right? Like, there's so many different perspectives to look at life from, to view the world from, and we've been collectively pushed into, we got pushed into everything being full bore just emotional bullshit. And all this has happened since 2008, since Barack Obama's been president. You know, like, our country got feminized beyond repair, where everything is about emotions and feelings, and ultimately when you're that wrapped up in your feelings, you are not thinking clearly and you are not making logical decisions. And all we've been in since 2008 is just more and more illogical, emotion-based bullshit being pressed and pumped on top of us via our fucked up media.
And or slash the inaugural ball with Beyonce. Rosa Parks is no longer with us, but I consider myself to be the next best thing. In many ways, better.
Where is your wife?
She's in D.C. There was a problem or something with the ticket, so we only had one, and I let her have it.
Are you afraid?
You know, like, they're divorced by now, right? like, if the Boondocks was a real thing, like, yeah, like, I'm surprised she ain't pull a whole Tyrese on my man Tom Dubois. But there, in 2008, all of these things weren't as prevalent or as elevated in the media, because I think we were barely into social media in 2008, right? Like, I mean, it was just now, like, just initially taking off. So, like, these were two different things. But by now, yeah, she definitely would have divorced him for the bag.
Mr. Freeman, please find
He got his tickets. Congratulations.
as well as the inaugural ball with Beyonce, as a small token of gratitude for all the sacrifices you've made on behalf of me and this great country. I look forward to sharing this historic...
Lyndon B. Johnson said those niggers will be voting for us for the next 400 years, 300 years.
What's going
Just
on?
saying.
I'm going to the inauguration. You want to come?
Yeah, boy.
Just like that.
Is there going to be a Kamala Harris episode of any relevant... Are there any relevant, like, this type of relevant shows still running outside of South Park?
Looking at the final
And
mission.
even South Park, they kind of, like, been tripping balls lately.
Convinced he has no place in Obama's America, Huey Freeman decides to leave the country for good.
Dang, Riley, that boy cannot keep a room clean.
Companion.
I was going to go to the inauguration and try to
He
crown
just got that
Obama
Klansman set just right there.
Mom just ain't what it used to be. Plus that greedy nigga is really fast. And knowing these liberal activist judges, they might actually try and put me in jail for it. No, I think it's time for me to lead this great country. Oh, I can't bear to see it run by an African, Muslim, communist antichrist. I just can't. It's just like when Nicole Brown Simpson married that nigga OJ back on February 2nd, 1985. Oh, I knew it was going to end badly. I told them all. But nobody wanted to listen to old Uncle Ruckus then neither. I want to go someplace I'll fit in, like Norway or Ireland.
What about the Ivory Coast?
Absolutely no Africa, no way. All them countries got nigger presidents.
So this was a point that was brought up to me when I was dating this chick a while back. Her mom was like, she was so confused when America was hyped about Barack Obama because, you know, she was from her mom was from the Congo, and she was like, we've had black presidents and it does not end well. And I'm just like, you know what? You are 1,000,000% correct. But here we are now where, you know, shoot. We let it happen. Now our money is worth far less. Our country is overrun with foreign invaders. And we are at the mercy of a administration that it is questionable in the slightest, at the least, to say was duly elected due to all the election fortifying that they were doing in 2020, right? So it's really fucking sad. It really is. You have a portion of this country so wrapped up in delusion that there's been about 2 and a pump on elimination attempts of the man who replaced that black president. And honestly, one can only hope that the powers that be have decided to allow America to America again.
It's the whole purpose of leaving this country.
How do you feel being teamed up with your arch enemy?
First of all, we're not a team. Second of all, we're not a team. I've got gas money, he's got the license. We're just gonna drive to Canada and then go our separate ways.
You see, Bill, I consider myself a black leader now. And that means helping Obama and doing anything he asks.
Oh, yes, I can hear your concern for the state of the world in that song you did about stomping people in the nuts.
Oh, that was the old me. Everything is different now. I'm much, much, much more politically aware and stuff.
Really? Well, name the 3 branches of government then.
The what?
Come on, black leader. It's 4th grade social studies time. What's the 3 branches of government?
Let's see. They got
Judicial, executive, legislative. I always want to answer that question when it pops up. And isn't it kind of crazy how Bill Maher, how nuts Bill Maher has become since 2008? I mean, back then, the man, he was funny, he was on point, but TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome, I mean, Trump's presidency just, as far as I'm concerned, has completely wrecked the media. Like, nobody has a shred of credibility left because you sat there and wasted it on Trump and on the pandemic and on, all these other lies that you continuously just throw at us and insist are the truth. And it's the most infuriating thing ever. But also, good reason to pause it here, because this is the modern celebrity. I mean, color be damned. Black, white, green, blue, purple is some jackass who only knows what it is the team around them tells them to know. That's it. In order for them to get paid. It has nothing to do with any genuine attempts to be legitimately and intellectual in these spaces. It's just about pushing narratives and agendas.
the main branch.
You're a black leader. I'm glad I'm a white man.
What do you mean? The source told me that I was a black leader. Double XL told me I was the smartest black person they ever encountered. I mean, DJ Vlad, he's like, yo, bro, you should really run for office because I'm just that smart. Yeah, I mean, all I know is, rhymes and raps and lean and anything else like that. But, I'm totally intellectual in black space. I mean, granted, all I did in jail was read the dictionary, so I know a lot of words in my lexicon of verbiage, but really, you're dumb as a box of fucking rocks. Education is only as good as its application, boys. Remember that.
What's the point of talking if nobody ever learns?
Yeah, I mean, my goodness. Ruckus would have been at January 6th. Ruckus would have been at January 6th. So, I mean, once again, 2008, Aaron Magruder calling it like nobody's business.
Oh, them bricks ain't mine. Ain't that a surprise? Already taking away my constitutional right to bear bricks. Martial law. Martial law. Get your arm out.
A young nation. But in the words of Scripture, the time has come to set justice. The time has come to bring order.
See him. We was born in this country. You know. I have VIP ticket.
We all got VIP tickets. Get your hands off me. All right, you in trouble now. I'm calling
Nice suit, though.
Please don't tase me. Don't tase me, bro. I'm an old man. I got a heart condition. Can't do this to me. I'm a civil rights legend.
And Obama looked back. He said, no.
Huey Freeman is forced to abort Operation Exodus because he cannot get a ride.
Barack Obama? I just found out that fool
Obama ain't no real nigga. And check this out. I heard he worked for the Fed. That ain't a good look, Barack.
Huey, once again, this began the whole devil's agreement with the government has been going on for forever. You know, even before Barack Obama got elected, there was like a huge, so many different elected first black governors and elected officials, you know, and ultimately what they do when they get in office is raise our taxes and make our money worth less. The only one that hasn't done it recently was Donald Trump. Everybody else gets in there and they just start throwing money everywhere, and we all end up worse off for it. So, Riley, trust me, what you don't know is amazing.
Washington was indescribable. It was just so amazing. And I got to meet him.
Was he everything you dreamed he would be?
Oh, yes, he was. And so much more.
But here's the thing, Tom. You shouldn't be worried. Because, yeah, I sincerely doubt. that Barack was that into Sarah there. You know what I'm saying? No, I probably would have been a little bit more into you, my boy.
Oh, yeah, I'm still down for the cause and shit. But I'm like, hey, I did my part. You know what I'm saying? I got the nigga elected. You know, time to get back to work. You feel me? Doing what Thugnificent do. Besides, them tight-ass clothes was cutting off my circulation.
Due to the conditions of my parole, I am unable to leave the country at this time. I am forced to remain here and express my extreme displeasure while in no way threatening the life of the president and his beautiful monkey family.
I ask Huey Freeman if he has any final thoughts he'd like to share.
Yeah, I'm retired.
So, just to wrap it on up, since 2008, the country's changed. Everything's different now. Live in a different world. And a lot of that, I for one will never sit here and say all of it is on Barack Obama. But a big portion of it is because he himself went out of his way to feminize the nation and to work and to use the media to work people into their feelings in order to get, his way and to be presented as, someone worth more than he actually turned out to be. So guys, with that being said, that's the end of this video. I've been going at this for 43 minutes. I got to split this in 2 parts or it'll never get uploaded. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until the next one.